man was just playing a game when he told his girlfriend to kneel. He only wanted to feel the strange thrill of fire and ice colliding. But then, her mouth suddenly split open all the way to her ears. Her horrific scream pierced through the headset, reaching the man who was still pushing the tower. Yet instead of panicking, he calmly destroyed the enemy's crystal. Then, relying on his memory, he opened the door that was being pounded by his beautiful neighbor. He said she could come in and hide, but only if she closed her eyes first. The woman obeyed, signaling that as long as she got inside, he could do whatever he wanted. It felt more like a dark deal than a plea. The next second, the man swung a kitchen knife and cut off her head without hesitation. A system prompt appeared. Potential zombie eliminated. Points acquired. The man's name was Lin Fan, an ordinary interior designer living alone. An hour ago, he had kindly helped a desperate neighbor in need, but she suddenly mutated and bit him to death. In the moment he died, he somehow connected to a survival system of the zombie apocalypse. That connection rewound time, sending him back 1 hour before his death. Lin Fan spent his newly gained points on strength, feeling his power surge within seconds. Meanwhile, the headless body of the beautiful neighbor had drawn another zombie to the scene. When Lin Fan opened the door, it finally noticed him, its twisted head turning, rotten eyes locking onto him. A few seconds later, the creature let out a guttural roar and lunged at the fresh meat. Lin Fan struck again, one clean swing, and the zombie's head rolled away. The system popped up another message. Zombie killed. Points gained. Staring at his neighbor's half-intact corpse, Lin Fan realized more zombies would come. All he needed to do was hide behind the door and ambush them. An hour later, the hallway was piled high with corpses. His points had skyrocketed. Afterward, he searched for the neighbor's body, but it was nowhere to be found. Wait, don't tell me she's been eaten already. That's a problem. Ugh, this is disgusting. They'll start to rot soon. The hallway's public property. I'd better clean this mess up. He grabbed a rope and tied all the bodies together, just as he was about to drag them to the trash pile. The ceiling light began to flicker with a harsh, buzzing sound. Then, at the corner, a shadow appeared. A man in a wheelchair, slowly rolling forward. It was a middle-aged addict who had once been electrocuted stealing wires. He survived only by losing his legs. Seeing Lin Fan alive, the man let out a feral roar and lunged at the fresh meat. Lin Fan calmly swung his knife again, another clean beheading. Uncle Zhang, weren't you living on the 2nd floor? How'd you get up to the 7th? Came all the way here to lend me your wheelchair. Perfect timing. I was just wondering how to haul these bodies down. You're too kind, Uncle Zhang. Don't worry, I'll return it when I'm done. With that, Lin Fan dumped all the corpses into the trash bin downstairs. Lin Fan still couldn't believe it. The world had really ended. To survive, he had to gather supplies. But then he wondered, do these things count as trash or recyclables? Living alone really sucked. No one to talk to, no one to answer his stupid questions. Just then, the drug-addicted son from Uncle Zhou's place on the 2nd floor waved at him. That bald guy had bullied Lin Fan before. He once stole his bike, and the police had to get involved. Though he returned the bike, the next day, he still beat Lin Fan up for it. Lin Fan glared coldly at him. What do you want? The bald man froze. This idiot actually spoke out loud? Isn't he afraid of attracting zombies? Then he grinned. An idiot's easy to use. I'm starving anyway. He could do the work for me. He scribbled on a piece of paper. Go find food and water. Bring it to my door. Lin Fan shook his head. Why should I? I'm not going. The bald man's lips trembled with rage. You little piece of, he muttered under his breath. Then he wrote again. Do as I say, and I'll let you stay with me. When the time comes, I'll take you to a secret base. Lin Fan remained calm. Still not going. The man's expression darkened, anger boiling over. Fine, he thought. If you want to die, I'll help you out. You asked for it, he shouted, throwing several metal plates toward Lin Fan's door. The plates hit the floor, ringing out loudly, clang, clang, clang. Moments later, the hallway erupted with snarls as several zombies charged toward Lin Fan. Watching from the 2nd floor, the bald man laughed hysterically. Not so tough now, huh? What happened to that attitude? Can't even move your legs anymore. In the next second, Lin Fan swung his kitchen knife, slicing through 2 zombie heads in one clean motion. The system chimed immediately. 2 kills. 2 points gained. The bald man's laughter stopped cold. Holy crap, this guy's actually strong. He snarled, "Fine, you've got some skill, but so what? There's still 1 more zombie left. Too slow to react now, huh? Anyone who defies me deserves to die." Lin Fan hoisted the last zombie onto his shoulder. Not because he couldn't kill it, but because he chose not to. Then, with a calm flick, he threw it upstairs, a special delivery for the bald man. The man caught out of reflex, stunned at his own stupidity. Why the hell did I even catch that? As screams echoed through the building, Lin Fan waved casually. If you got questions, ask it. At least you won't be alone like me. Soon, Lin Fan reached a nearby supermarket. The moment he entered, he took down several lurking zombies with ease. After gathering supplies, he walked to the checkout counter, out of habit, and faced the zombified cashier. This should last me a while. I even bought some seeds. Once I find a safe place to plant them, I can live off the land. Though this knife's pretty much done for. As he thought about finding a new weapon, a speeding bus suddenly roared toward him from down the street. The loud engine drew a massive horde of zombies in seconds. The blinding headlights triggered memories of his tragic childhood. When Lin Fan was little, his mother died in an accident. His father, desperate to be with his lover, planned to abandon him. But Lin Fan's crying made that woman, the so-called auntie, lose her temper in disgust. The woman yanked the steering wheel from Lin Fan's father, shouting that she'd stop the bus to teach him a lesson. The vehicle slammed into an oncoming truck. Lin Fan was still trapped in that bleak memory when the bus driver's rough voice snapped him back. "Hey, brat, want a ride? Too bad. I'm not taking you. Stay here and let the zombies rip your guts out." A bespectacled boy nearby protested softly. "We can't leave him. The zombies we attracted might kill him." The teacher said we should help. Before he finished, the driver slit his throat and spat. "Teacher? Fuck your teacher. It's the apocalypse. I do what I want. You 4-eyed nerds think you can lecture me." He sneered, "I've hated you smart kids forever. You're just the teacher's lapdogs. With no teacher as your shield, you're nothing but prey. Since you're so full of compassion, I'll be merciful. Send you down there to keep him company." He shoved the boy off the bus and drove away. Even as he left, he glanced nervously in the rear view. That idiot's carrying a kitchen knife? Don't tell me he actually plans to fight the horde alone. One more on. Lin Fan finally snapped out of his thoughts, muttering softly, "I won't die. Mom and I made a promise. I'll become the brave, kind, and bright man she always believed I could be." With that, he hurled his kitchen knife straight at the bus tire. Boosted by his immense strength stat, the blade pierced deep into the rubber. The bus lost balance, slammed into a street sign, and flipped over. The arrogant driver was now screaming like a dying dog. "I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please help me." Lin Fan glanced at him coldly. "You're not sorry for what you did. You're just scared because you finally know you're going to die." He gave a faint smirk. "Oh, right. Your friends are here. I'll leave you to catch up." The man froze. "What are you talking about? I don't have any friends. Wait. Come back. Save me." Then, the boy he had slit the throat of appeared before the bus, along with the horde of zombies that had been chasing it, tearing into him mercilessly. By now, Lin Fan's strength stat had reached a staggering 35 points. As he passed by a nearby apartment complex, a woman's voice called out from above, an orphan mother and her child. "Hey, young man, how did you get past all those zombies at the intersection?" "No, forget that. Right now, the important thing is..." Lin Fan hadn't planned to stop, but when he saw the starving little girl beside her, he couldn't bring himself to ignore them. He walked up to the door and found the woman kneeling. "Buddy, I know it's a lot to ask, but please share a little food with us. We have nothing left. My husband's dead. I have no other way. I don't need much, just enough for my daughter." Lin Fan handed her 2 pumpkins and a winter squash. "Here, take these." The woman was surprised. Does money even mean anything now? Still, she accepted. Then Lin Fan's eyes caught a replica weapon hanging on the wall. The woman pulled out the sword. My husband loved games. He bought this as a prop. If you want it, take it. It's dangerous out there. You could use something to defend yourself. Lin Fan said he felt bad taking it, but he couldn't put it down. Take it, she insisted. My daughter and I don't need it. You need it more. Lin Fan waved goodbye politely. Don't worry, I won't take it for free. Call me if you need anything. The little girl thought he was odd, but the mother whispered, maybe we're the ones who were broken. Lin Fan examined the prop weapon with a thrill. I've seen this Frostmourne online before. I've wanted one. It'll feel great hacking zombies. At that moment, a woman suddenly fell from above and crashed at his feet, her body mottled with bruises, blue and purple patches stark against unbroken skin. On the fifth-floor balcony, a fat man watched, annoyed, his face marked with scratches. What a shame. Wonder when I'll find another piece like that. From the ground, Lin Fan could tell the woman had suffered terrible abuse. The despair, rage, and helplessness in her eyes were the same look his mother had when she left his father. He decided to get justice for her and confronted the fat man. Why had he done this? The man froze. He hadn't expected anyone to be out on the street. Then he spat a curse. Who the hell are you? You don't live here, do you? This building's my turf. I do whatever I want with the women in it. What's it to you? Lin Fan knew he had to act. After all, the mother and child who'd given him the Frostmourne lived in this building too. He picked up the corpse, counted the floors, and confirmed the fat man was on the fifth floor. The fat man thought Lin Fan was here to scavenge. What? Coming to take the corpse for a little fun. Too bad. Dead bodies don't squirm. Even a blow-up doll's better. He sneered, chin raised. Get the hell out before I lose my temper, or I'll show you what real pain feels like. Muttering curses, he slumped back onto the couch and cracked open a beer. Maybe I'll go find some new toys in this building later. In the apocalypse, I can do whatever the hell I want. Feels damn good to be king. Then knock, knock. Someone was at the door. The fat man jumped up, grabbed a wooden stick, and peered through the peephole. Who the hell's knocking? Don't tell me it's a zombie. Damn it. If the hallway's full of them, how am I supposed to find new playthings? But what he saw through the peephole froze him solid. It was the woman he had just tortured to death. Even a monster like him trembled in fear. Outside, Lin Fan stood holding the corpse, knocking calmly. Open the door. I know you're in there. Hearing Lin Fan's voice, the fat man exhaled in relief and yelled, Oh, it's you, the idiot. Get lost, you lunatic. You looking to die. A wicked grin crept across his face. Heh, all I gotta do is yell loud enough. Zombies will tear that dumbass apart. I'm a damn genius. The next instant, the reinforced door exploded inward with a thunderous bang. The fat man hit the ground, stunned. His eyes bulged. How the hell did he just kick down a steel door? Lin Fan glanced around and saw the torture tools scattered across the room. The fat man pushed himself up, still cursing. What the hell, you freak? You bringing a corpse into my house? You looking for trouble? Lin Fan said calmly. Of course I brought her. She deserves to see you pay the price. Moments later, he had the fat man tied up, gag in his mouth, ready to deliver him to the police station. The fat man growled, struggling. You're insane. Let me go. Ever watched zombie movies? Read apocalypse novels? If you had, you'd know how to survive, how to live. Doesn't it feel amazing to do whatever the hell you want? Lin Fan slapped him hard. Are you stupid? Stories are fiction. This is real life. You can't even tell the difference. The slap hit so hard it sent the man flying, straight through the police station doors. Dazed and burning with pain, the man muttered, Who the hell can't tell what's real now? You think bringing me here matters? It's the apocalypse. Everyone's gone. No one can punish me anymore. Lin Fan smiled coldly. You're wrong. There's still someone. The man's eyes shifted right. His body stiffened as he felt a rotting breath on his neck. A squad of zombie police officers surrounded him. Lin Fan's voice was low and calm. See? Even as zombies, they still uphold justice, punishing the guilty. The next day, an armored truck rolled up outside the city library. 3 survivors climbed out. They were searching for medical textbooks. They looked around carefully, finding no zombies in sight. Huh, maybe we got lucky, one said. But their leader, a sharp-eyed woman, raised a hand. Wait, don't rush in. She tapped a steel pillar with her knife. Clang, clang, testing the air. Her two companions tensed up, ready to bolt if a horde appeared. When nothing happened, she nodded. All right, move. Check the medical section first. Just then, Lin Fan suddenly appeared from behind a shelf and greeted them with a smile. One of the men yelped, collapsing in shock. Holy shit, a zombie! It can talk. Lin Fan waved his hands frantically. No, calm down. I'm human. I'm alive. The woman frowned. Then what are you doing here? Lin Fan raised the book in his hand, Vegetable Growth and Cultivation Guide, and grinned. Reading, obviously. What else do you do in a library? One of the guys mumbled, thinking it made sense. Boss, didn't you just ask a dumb question? The leader hissed, shut up. She then spoke politely to Lin Fan. We mean no harm. Sorry if we bothered you. Lin Fan replied, It's fine, just keep it down. This is a library. The three exchanged glances, suspecting a trap. One muttered, That sword she's carrying, I've seen in a game. Carrying it usually makes sense, but now? This guy might be crazy. The leader couldn't risk trouble either. Whether he's a trap or unstable, don't provoke him. Quietly finish grabbing the books and go. She had a gut feeling the man wasn't someone to mess with. Nothing concrete, just instinct. To avoid trouble, the trio silently sped up their collection. As they prepared to leave, Lin Fan, who'd been reading, called out, You leaving now? The three tensed, fearing he might be starting trouble. The leader tried to stay polite. Do you need something? Lin Fan said, If you're taking that many books, you should register them. Those aren't personal items. Loans must be logged. The three froze. One spat. Are you for real? Do you know what's going on out there? Register? Which mental hospital did you come from? The leader found his logic odd, but asked gently, May I ask, do you know what's happening outside right now? Lin Fan answered calmly, Yeah, it's the apocalypse. There's zombies out there that bite. Other than that, not much has changed. The leader's face tightened. Was he genuinely crazy or just pretending? One of the men assumed trouble was coming. Dude, do you even know what's out there? Don't do anything stupid. Whatever. Let's mind our own business. Lin Fan soothed them. Relax. I mean no harm. Just a heads up. It's dangerous outside, so don't start trouble. By the way, I'm Lin Fan. I live in Building 2, Unit 704, Sunshine Complex. If you get in trouble, find me. I'm strong. Hundreds of zombies aren't a match for me. The three of them fell silent. Yeah, confirmed. He's insane. Run. The leader thanked Lin Fan quickly, then bolted out of the library with her two teammates. Before Lin Fan could even react, they were gone. That fast. I didn't even get your names. He shrugged. Oh well, morning's the best time to learn. If I want to survive on my own, I'd better master farming. Meanwhile, deep beneath a desert facility, scientists in hazmat suits were hard at work. Strange, zombie cell activity increases slightly every day. So you're saying they're evolving? Something like that. Forget that. I want to know, can we make an antibody? No. This virus is unlike anything we've ever seen. Not even close to known strains. You've heard of the zombie gene? You mean, these people died and came back, living in another form? Back in the city, Lin Fan closed the farming book and returned to his apartment complex. He found an open patch of ground, perfect for planting. But the area was public property. Planting there might draw zombies or angry neighbors. So he shouted, I'm Lin Fan, resident of Sunshine Complex, Building 2, Unit 704. For now on, I'll be planting vegetables here. Anyone got a problem with that? Predictably, his shout attracted every zombie nearby. Even the ones in the buildings smashed their windows and jumped down. In seconds, the open lot swarmed with undead. Lin Fan drew Frostmourne and slashed through them, their bodies parting like soft tofu. His system points skyrocketed. Minutes later, the ground was littered with corpses, and Lin Fan no longer had to worry about zombies sneaking up on his garden again. To be sure, Lin Fan shouted again into the neighborhood. Hey, anyone else got objections? When no zombies appeared, a wave of hunger hit him. he decided to grab something to eat and check on the mother and daughter. He found a soft-shell turtle at the nearby market. While dropping off supplies for the two, he joined them for dinner. The woman spoke softly. "I know. There's no help without a reason. You've done so much for us already. I didn't want to make you uncomfortable, but my husband's gone. If something happens to me, my daughter—" Lin Fan caught her meaning, put down his chopsticks, and asked calmly, "What do you need me to do?" The woman froze, surprised at how easily he agreed. Blushing, she said quietly, I want to go with you with my daughter." Lin Fan blinked, completely missing her intent. "Oh, you mean move to my complex? Sure, I can ask the real estate office for you." The woman stared at him, utterly baffled. Are we even speaking the same language? Meanwhile, atop a luxury apartment tower across the city, a middle-aged man's phone buzzed. His face lit up. Every call felt like possible rescue. "Hello, Mr. Chun," said a calm voice. "I'm calling about the property you listed with XIN Phone Realty. Can I rent it?" Chun Gang froze, then slammed the call. "Are you kidding me? A prank? Look outside. The world's ending." The apocalypse had hit fast. Only the complex's tight security kept them alive. For days, they'd watched the sky, hoping for helicopters, but nothing ever came. Just as Chun Gang sighed in despair, the phone rang again. He snapped before the other side could speak. "Are you insane?" Lin Fan sounded genuinely confused. "Why are you yelling? I just want to rent your place." Chun hung up again, seething. Lin Fan sighed. "Man, what's with this guy's temper? Fine, I'll call back." Chun roared, veins popping. "You bastard! What the hell do you want?" Lin Fan remained calm. "Mr. Chun, I just want to rent your apartment. No need to get so worked up." Chun's patience finally snapped. "Fine. You want it? You got it. I'm on the roof. Fangji International Tower 3. Come rent it in person. Come on, if you've got the guts, come find me." After securing the rental, Lin Fan hurriedly said goodbye to the mother and daughter. "Wait here. I'll go sign the lease for you right now." The woman tried to stop him, but he'd already closed his front door and left. Elsewhere, a young man sidled up to Chun Gang. "Boss, what's up?" he whispered. Chun shrugged. "Nothing. Just an idiot." The kid pulled Chun aside. "Forget him. Come with me. There's real business to discuss." He lowered his voice. "Boss, I did the math. Our supplies will last maybe 2 weeks." Chun frowned. "So what are you saying?" The young man hissed. "There are 15 of us total. Those 4 old folks are dead weight. We ought to take care of them." Chun hesitated. Doing that openly might not sit well with the others. Those elders had shared their food these past days. The kid grinned. "Leave it to me. Once those old people are out of the way, we dispose of the extra men too." "And the women? The ugly ones go too." Chun nodded. "Keep the pretty ones. At least there'd be something to pass the time with, since who knew when the apocalypse would end." With the rental approved, Lin Fan pedaled toward Fangji International. On the way, he casually cleared a few zombies from the roadside. Survivors peeked from windows and alleyways. Some even signaled for help. Others sneered. They figured this guy wouldn't last. He'd get torn apart eventually. After a long stretch, Lin Fan glanced back, and the horde trailing him was gone. He stopped at the complex gate and took it in. The place was far fancier than his old neighborhood. On the roof, a group huddled together, plotting something inhuman. Seize the elders' supplies, then throw them off the building. The youngsters whispered among themselves, but the elders weren't blind to it. Wang Zhonghua was a retired soldier who'd seen his share of battles. He soothed the retired army doctor's wife beside him. "Guafen, we're old. Supplies are scarce. Maybe the kids see us as dead weight. Still, the future belongs to the young. The country and society need them to rebuild." Sitting nearby, Zhou Aijuan, a retired military engineer, chuckled softly. "Wang, you've really come to terms with this." Wang asked if he felt the same. Zhou nodded. "We spent our lives giving. There isn't much else to show for it. You can't blame them entirely. Survival matters most." Wang's wife Liang Yin rolled her eyes. "We've suffered for decades. A little more hardship won't change that." Meanwhile, Chun Gang and Xiao Bing had rallied most of the youth. They now advanced on the 4 elders. Xiao Bing nursed a darker plan. Kill the elders first, then the extra men, and finally Chun. Then all the supplies and women would be his. But Wang Zhongwu stepped forward and addressed the crowd. We know what you're thinking. Don't worry. We won't take your supplies, and you don't need to throw us off the building. Some actions leave stains. They'll haunt you. We old folks will go home and wait out whatever comes. Still, the young men refused to relent. No way. We can't let them stay. What if they go downstairs and open the security door? That'd call the horde. We got to throw them off the roof. As the crowd stalled, a knock sounded on the rooftop gate. A voice called from outside. Mr. Chen, are you there? I'm the one who called. Can I rent your apartment? Chen bellowed like he'd seen a ghost. It's the apocalypse. Who's renting now? Who even are you? Before he finished, the 3-centimeter thick metal gate flew open with a bang. Lin Fan's strength had hit 40. He'd accidentally put too much force into the door and cracked it open. Xiao Bing leaned in and whispered a plan to Chun. Tell him it's rented, watch him go downstairs, then push the 4 elders. Make a scene. Zombies will come, he'll run, and we'll be safer. Chun chuckled. Yeah, that works. Kid's pretty clever and nasty. He waved dismissively. Fine. The place is yours. Now go. Lin Fan hadn't expected it to be that easy. He fished out a wad of cash from his pocket. Chen blinked. Is this guy a fool? Chen barked. All right. Stay as long as you like. Now, get out of here. As Lin Fan waved goodbye, he noticed several elders preparing to leave the rooftop. Excuse me, he called out. Are you Mr. Zhou Aijuan? Zhou blinked in surprise. You know me, young man. Lin Fan nodded excitedly and shook his hand. I've seen you on TV. When foreign nations blocked our weapons tech, you led the team that broke through. You're a national hero. Zhou chuckled. That was a long time ago. Don't flatter me. Lin Fan turned to the others. Are you all planning to leave the roof? It's dangerous outside. Zhou shook his head gently. No, we'll stay. Supplies are scarce. The young should have them. We've lived our years. No need to waste what's left. Lin Fan's face darkened, his mind filled with images of the elderly being cast aside, mistreated, left to die. Even Chun Gang flinched at the look in his eyes. This guy, he's dangerous. Lin Fan exhaled slowly. Please come with me. My place is safe. I can protect you. The elders declined softly. Thank you, son. But no, you've done enough just by caring. Lin Fan persisted. I'm strong. Really, come with me. I'll even help you rent a place in my neighborhood. The elders traded awkward glances. Zhou covered his discomfort with a laugh. This young man, he's one of a kind. Lin Fan took Zhou Aijuan's hand and said, Don't hesitate. Trust me. Come with me. Shen moved to stop the elders, but Xiao Bing held him back. Xiao whispered, Boss, let them go. Once they're downstairs, we'll stir up the zombies. He and the old men will be ripped apart together. These elders had once been willing to die for their country. Now, in old age, they've been pushed out of the safe zone by the young. The youths hoarded the elder supplies and kept tossing flower pots and making noise below. Their plan, draw the nearby undead and let them devour the elders. The older generation hadn't expected such cold cruelty from their juniors. Men who once shielded comrades on the battlefield never imagined they'd face betrayal like this. Only retired military engineer Zhou Aijuan sensed something wrong. He frowned. Have you noticed? Why are there so many zombie corpses on the ground? Has someone invented a way to kill them? Wang shrugged it off. There's no way something like that could be developed so fast. He finished, and the crowd turned to look at Lin Fan. Lin Fan shifted uncomfortably. I had no choice. I had to kill them so I could get up to the roof safely. But the elders weren't staring at the corpses. They were stunned that he'd wiped out so many zombies alone. Meanwhile, on the rooftop, the survivors had thrown every flower pot they could find. Yet not a single zombie showed up. Chun frowned, pushing a man aside. Let me see what's going on. One glance below, and cold sweat covered his back. What the hell? Why are there zombie corpses everywhere? Then came a sudden scream. The man leaning over the edge was shoved off by Xiao Bing. The rest of the survivors froze, stunned by what they'd just seen. But Xiao Bing calmly straightened his tie and said, What are you staring at? If noise won't attract them, then we'll use blood. The smell travels farther. Chin burst out laughing, clapping his hands. "Smart thinking," he shouted, as the others quickly joined in, grinning wickedly. The man hit the ground hard. His body burst open, blood spraying everywhere and painting the street red. Zombies farther away caught the scent of fresh blood and charged toward the spot like wild animals. On the rooftop, Chun laughed loudly. "Nice one, Xiao. Let's see how those fools run now. I can't wait to hear them scream." Zhou Aijuan's wife, once a teacher, panicked. "What do we do?" she cried. Lin Fan suddenly asked, "Do you have a car?" Wang Zhongma blinked. "A car?" "Yeah, parked in the garage." "Why?" Lin Fan smiled over his shoulder. "Good. My bike can't carry this many people anyway." "Drive to the location I told you about," he added. "I've got something to take care of." Then he sprinted toward the gate. Wang and Zhou shouted after him, "You're still young. Get out while you can. We'll hold them off. If someone has to die, it should be us old folks." Their wives pulled them back. "Enough with the hero talk. That boy's no ordinary person. The best help we can give him is to stay out of his way." Meanwhile, Lin Fan reached the complex gate. He muttered, "Told you guys, zombies that don't work out have bad stamina. I've been waiting forever for you to catch up." On the rooftop, Chun frowned. "Weird. The horde hasn't broken through yet. Why is he heading there?" Xiao Bing smirked. "Probably scared stupid. What else?" Moments later, Chun laughed again. "Damn, you were right. That idiot actually opened the gate." "Ha! Wait, why is he running again?" Xiao shrugged. "Makes sense. Even a fool can't fight instinct." Chun nodded. "You've got brain, Xiao." But then Zhao's grin froze. "Hold up, Chun, something's wrong. He's running toward us." Both turned pale. He's leading the zombies right to us," they screamed. Down below, the undead surged like a black tide, following Lin Fan straight into the residential tower. Moments later, Lin Fan reappeared on the rooftop. The crowd screamed, "What the hell are you doing?" Lin Fan crouched behind a door panel, calm as ever. "Didn't you all want the zombies here? Just lending a hand." "You're welcome." Seconds later, dozens of zombies swarmed the rooftop, their eyes locking onto fresh prey. Chen's face drained of color. "You bastard. You absolute bastard," he screamed. After the four elders moved into Lin Fan's community, everyone quickly grew close. They often shared simple meals with Lin Fan and Li Mei's mother-daughter pair, bringing life back to the quiet apartment block. One afternoon, Fei Fei noticed Lin Fan staring at her. She touched her cheek nervously, thinking something was on her face. After a long pause, Lin Fan finally asked, "Where's your school bag?" Fei Fei blinked, confused. "School bag? What school bag?" Lin Fan pointed to Grandma Yang. "Even in the apocalypse, you're still a kid. There's not much you can do right now. So study. Grandma Yang used to be a teacher. She can help you. I'll bring your books and bag later." Fei Fei pouted. "But the world's ended. Do I really have to study?" Li Mei thought for a moment and nodded. "Sweetheart, listen to your uncle. Learning is the only thing you can still do." Lin Fan stood up with a grin. "You guys eat first. I'll toss the trash and grab Fei Fei's bag." Fei Fei sighed dramatically. "Uncle, what did I ever do to deserve this?" And just like that, the once silent Sunshine Complex found warmth again, now home to 6 new survivors. That night, 2 zombies staggered toward a 2-story auto repair shop down the street. In the next second, 2 arrows pierced their skulls, dropping them instantly. The shooter was a former hobbyist archer, now a scavenger clearing the streets, one corpse at a time. The zombies inside the shop, however, were too risky to handle. Too much noise could draw a horde. He wasn't alone. 1 woman and 2 men worked beside him. Their food would only last a week, but at least the tap water still ran. Someone out there must still be keeping the water plant running. Suddenly, a deafening blast echoed outside, making the archer's face go pale. Flames burst from a nearby building, instantly drawing every zombie in the area toward it. The short-haired woman rushed to the window, furious. Who the hell made that noise? Outside, a lone woman was running for her life, screaming in terror as the horde closed in. Then, bang! A massive hand came crashing down, smashing her into a pool of blood. A towering mutant zombie, nearly 4 meters tall, stood there, its body wrapped in dark mist, monstrous and powerful. The short-haired woman's lips trembled. A mutant zombie? They can evolve. Just then, the sound of the garbage bin's wheels scraping the pavement came from a nearby alley. She froze, thinking another giant zombie was coming. But instead, Lin Fan emerged, calmly pushing a garbage bin, knocking down the horde and the mutant like it was nothing. His strength stat had already reached the limit. His stamina and speed were beyond human. As he passed through the alley, he didn't even bother glancing at the fallen giant. The short-haired woman hiding on the repair shop's second floor recognized Lin Fan and whispered, "It's him. It's actually him." The other guys felt like they'd just been spared from death. Am I seeing things? Someone's pushing a trash bin. Boss, he drew the zombies away. We might be saved. The scene cut back to the supermarket beneath Li Mei's old apartment block. Lin Fan parked the bin at the complex gate and headed upstairs to grab Fei Fei's backpack and textbooks. For thugs hiding on the supermarket's second floor called down, "Hey, what are you doing?" Lin Fan glanced up and replied calmly, "You need something?" "The complex trash bin's full. I'm just finding a spot to dump it and grabbing some stuff." Before he could finish, they started mocking him. "Listen to this guy, dumping trash. What talent? Only in the apocalypse would someone specialize in trash duty." Lin Fan didn't see it as strange. Dumping trash is normal. Apocalypse or not, life goes on. If you need help, say so. The bald guy sneered. "You dumbass. We live good up here. You actually ask if we need help? Want me to shout? I'll call the horde and you can run for fun." Lin Fan didn't bother wasting time. He waved and said bye, then walked off. That curt exit stoked the thugs' cruelty. They plotted to lure the zombies over, just to watch someone get chased, confident the second floor was safe. After all, zombies don't fly. Then, the four thugs started howling like broken megaphones, their screams echoing through the street. They kept yelling for minutes, but not a single zombie showed up below. What the hell? Where are the damn zombies? No way this area is clean. They can't all be gone. Across the street, Lin Fan stood behind another building's gate and looked back. "Relax," he said calmly. "They'll be here soon." With that, he vanished from sight. The thugs muttered, annoyed. Buzzkill. Couldn't even get zombies to kill that idiot. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble, small stones bouncing violently. Heavy footsteps thundered nearby. "Oh crap, something's coming. What the hell is that sound?" Before they could finish, a massive, hideous face filled the second floor window. In the next instant, 3 of the thugs were crushed and torn apart by the giant zombie. Meanwhile, Lin Fan had already reached the bookstore on the first floor of the opposite building. As he started up the stairs, he heard the faint cry of a baby. Following the sound, he reached the landing at the corner. There, a woman hung lifelessly before him. Her baby was still alive, yet she had chosen to end her own life. She had given up her child's last chance to survive. The infant's cries continued, but they were growing weak, almost fading into silence. Lin Fan gently took the baby from the dead woman's arms, his warm hands trying to calm the weak cries. Then he felt something in the baby's blanket, a small diary. It read, "No rescue. No food. I'm getting weaker. I know I won't last much longer. I've seen the dead turn into zombies. I don't want to hurt my baby. While I can still think clearly, I need to do what I must. I'm terrified of biting her. So I smash my own teeth and wrap my mouth with tape. That way, even as a zombie, I can't harm her. My baby's name is Meng Meng. If anyone finds this, please let her live. And if you can't, please don't leave her outside. I don't want her to be eaten." Lin Fan sighed softly. "Rest easy. I'll do everything I can to keep your child alive." But the moment he spoke, a basketball rolled eerily to his feet. A second later, a zombie that looked disturbingly like Garfield lunged straight at him. It was far faster than any zombie he'd encountered before. Lin Fan unsheathed Frostmourne, puzzled. How could such a monster exist here while the baby still survived? Then it hit him. This creature had been waiting, using the infant as bait to hunt anyone kind enough to help. With that thought, Lin Fan swung Frostmourne and split the evolved speed-type zombie clean in half. The system chimed, +3 attribute points gained. This one was different. It clearly had some intelligence. Every other zombie he'd met so far was basically brain dead. From the creature's remains, a red crystal burst out, glowing faintly. Lin Fan blinked, muttering to himself, "Must have been a bookworm zombie. Probably studied hard in this bookstore. Guess it's true. Knowledge is power. Anyway, since I'm here, I'll grab some workbooks and exam papers for Fei Fei. She looks like the studious type. She'll lose her mind when she sees these." Meanwhile, deep beneath a desert base far away, a professor stared wide-eyed at a sealed red crystal. "You're saying this came from inside a zombie skull?" A female officer saluted. "Yes, sir. The specimen was unusual, so we dissected it and found this crystal inside its brain." "Tell me everything," the professor urged. "The first shot was fired by Xiang Nan," she explained. "Sniper rifle. Direct headshot. But the zombie didn't die. Instead, it sprinted toward the base fast. He kept firing. Every round hit the head. It finally dropped only after its skull was completely destroyed. Before this, every zombie we'd seen could be killed with a simple stab to the head. But this one, even high-caliber rounds couldn't finish it off. It's beyond explanation." The professor frowned deeply. "Zombies are evolving, but why like this? Strong enough that even a headshot can't kill them? They're turning into demons." At this point, only 2 bases in China are still in contact, Dragon Palace and Galaxy Base, he sighed. "But with the undead still evolving, can we really save what's left of the world?" The female officer hesitated, blushing slightly. "Sir, I have an idea. Not very scientific, but, well, I used to read zombie novels. In those stories, zombies have crystals in their brains, materials for evolution. Humans who kill zombies can absorb the crystal's energy to become stronger, even superhuman. Maybe that's what this crystal is too." The professor looked utterly lost. He'd never read a single novel in his life. Just hearing zombie fiction made him stare with a big question mark on his face. Meanwhile, Lin Fan, carrying the rescued baby, walked calmly out of the bookstore. His casual stride down the street caught the attention of a woman watching from above. Her name was Su Xiao Xiao, a once popular cake influencer known for baking videos in frilly Lolita dresses. Suddenly, Lin Fan glanced right toward her window. Startled, Su Xiao Xiao covered her mouth and ducked under the ledge. "Crap, he looked this way. Did he see me?" Lin Fan noticed a faint shadow flicker past the glass. "A survivor?" he thought. But before he could think more, a car screeched to a stop in front of the police station nearby. After confirming there were no zombies nearby, 4 men stepped out of the car, thugs from the Huangshe underworld. Lin Fan gave them a casual wave. Even from a distance, he could smell the heavy stench of blood clinging to them. The buzz-cut man froze. "What the hell? Someone's still alive out here." The guy with the permed hair whispered, "Should we take him out?" The man with the bun shook his head. "Don't. We'll draw too much attention. Remember, we're here on the boss's orders." The chubby one nodded. "Yeah, if we don't find what the boss wants, he'll skin us alive." Meanwhile, the bald man in the car eyed Lin Fan coldly, thinking he's not even running. "Once the boys grab those guns, I'll tie him to the bumper and let the zombies tear him apart." But before he could finish the thought, Lin Fan's face appeared right outside the window, smiling eerily. Lin Fan looked him in the eyes, tone calm but sharp. "So, what exactly are you guys doing out here?" The bald man nearly screamed. "What the hell? Wasn't he across the street just a second ago?" At that moment, the 4 men who had gone inside the police station returned, carrying stolen guns. "Hey, why is the guy still here? What the hell are you 2 doing?" The bald guy muttered, "So, did you find a boss's stuff or what?" The buzz-cut man scoffed, "Of course. Why else are we here? With that haul, we'll be set." The perm guide Lin Fan. "Kid's bold, walking the streets alone. How the hell are you still alive?" Lin Fan answered calmly, "When I meet zombies, I try talking them down. If that fails, I defend myself. One swing, they're gone." The perm guy blinked. "Is he for real? What the hell is he even saying?" The buzz-cut guy snapped. He pulled a pistol and aimed at Lin Fan. "Do you even know what this is worth?" Lin Fan didn't flinch. "So you 4 went into the police station to steal guns, huh?" The buzz-cut man sneered. "You're crazy. It's the apocalypse. Of course we stole. We've done things you can't even imagine." He never finished the sentence. There was a streak of light, and his arm separated from his body in an instant. Lin Fan offered a dry apology. Sorry, I'm used to cutting up zombies in self-defense. For a moment, I forgot you were human. The scene shocked everyone. The man with the bun fumbled for his gun. Before he could pull the trigger, Lin Fan split him in two with a single strike. The last two men froze in terror. He moved too fast to see. Is he even human? From the car, the bald man yelled, "You idiots! You're too damn loud. The zombies are coming. Get in now." Sure enough, guttural screams echoed through every street corner. A flood of undead surged toward the car like a pack of rabid dogs. The bald man slammed the gas pedal, speeding away without a glance back. "You're dead, kid. The boss will make sure of it." The two abandoned men shouted after him. "You son of..." "We're still down here. Get your ass back." Lin Fan sheathed his blade, sighing. "See? Even the enthusiastic zombies can't stand injustice. They're doing their civic duty." The two men glared, too terrified to speak. "Civic-minded zombies? Bro, they came because you murdered people." Lin Fan crouched, then leapt lightly onto a nearby second-floor balcony. With his current stats, parkour was practically casual. The men watched his retreating figure, dumbstruck. No athlete on Earth could ever jump that high. Moments later, the zombie horde crashed over them like a living wave. Their screams were brief, quickly drowned out by the sound of tearing flesh. The chaos outside caught the attention of Su Xiao, the cake influencer. "So many zombies. Don't tell me the guy wandering around earlier brought them here. What was he thinking? It's suicide out there. He's probably dead by now." But before she could finish the thought, Lin Fan's face suddenly appeared right outside her window. She dropped to the floor, trembling. "Wait, this is the second floor. How the hell is his face out there?" Standing on the outdoor AC unit, Lin Fan assumed she was just traumatized by the apocalypse. "She's terrified. I should give her time to adjust. I'll visit her window every day," he thought sincerely. "I'll smile at her. Show her kindness. She'll learn I mean no harm." Meanwhile, Su Xiao had already grabbed a fruit knife. "Oh no, he saw me. What do? I can't run. He'll alert other survivors. I won't let them catch me alive. If I can't fight him, I'll stab myself first. He won't get a warm body to play with." At the same time, inside the luxurious hillside mansion in Huangshi, the bald thug burst through the door, panic written all over his face. "Boss, we got trouble." A scar-faced man puffed on a cigar, frowning. "Trouble? 5 of you went out, and only you came back?" The bald man exaggerated his tale. "Boss, when we reached the police station, there was another group hiding in the shadows. The moment we found the guns, they lured the zombies right at us." The bald man stammered. "I told the guys to get in the car, but there were too many zombies. The road was blocked. I had no choice but to drive off." Inside, he was panicking. "I can't let the boss know it was just one guy. I ditched them and ran the moment I saw that horde." He glanced nervously at his boss. "Why isn't he saying anything? Oh crap, he's gonna hit me. This man can smash bricks barehanded. Hell, he once cracked a stone with a slap." Wang Defu finally looked up, pressing the lit cigar into the bald man's forehead. "Why didn't you die out there?" The bald man trembled, biting his tongue to keep from screaming. He knew, if he made a sound, the boss's temper would finish him off. When the cigar burned out, he forced a pitiful smile. "Boss, I just wanted to drive for you. That's all." Wang Defu snorted. Annoyed, but not enough to kill him, he flicked away the cigar. "Get lost." Leaning back, Wang Defu's eyes grew cold. He'd planned to secure the entire villa complex as his base, expanding outward step by step. But now, it seemed another team in Huangshi had the same idea, and enough guts to raid a police station for guns. "Looks like I'll have to strike first," he muttered. The next morning, sunlight poured over the Yangwang community. Old Mrs. Su Guifan knelt in the garden, planting the seeds Lin Fan had brought back. Meanwhile, Mr. Zhou Aijuan and Mr. Wang Jiangwo reinforced the gates and exits with wooden planks to keep zombies out. On the other side, Grandma Yang was tutoring little Fei Fei, patiently walking her through math, physics, and chemistry, one-on-one. Fei Fei finally finished her homework, only to find a few more textbooks suddenly sitting on the table. Lin Fan smiled proudly. I knew it. You're a hardworking kid. Picked these up for you last night. But Fei Fei's eyes were already brimming with tears, ready to burst at any moment. Before she could speak, the baby in Lin Fan's arms started wailing loudly. Li Mei looked alarmed. Where did you find that child? Lin Fan hesitated. Grandma, Su used to be an army medic. Let's have her take a look first. Hearing the baby's cry, Grandma Su rushed in from the yard. Quick, bring her here. After checking, she exhaled in relief. Good thing you found her in time. A few minutes later, and she wouldn't have made it. But she's not out of danger yet. Her body's weak, the rash on her bottom's infected, and there are several small wounds. She'll need careful care. Lin Fan, what's her name? Her mother's diary only mentioned one thing. The baby's name is Meng Meng. Then let her take your surname. Lin Meng Meng, Grandma, Su suggested. But Lin Fan shook his head. No, just Meng Meng. When she grows up, I'll tell her everything about her mother. Li Mei noticed Lin Fan struggling to hold the baby and decided to help. Let me take care of her. You got enough on your plate. Lin Fan smiled gratefully. Then let's split shifts. You handle daytime, I'll take the nights. Just as they settled the baby situation, Grandpa Zhou and Grandpa Wang suddenly shouted from the gate, panic in their voices. Lin Fan, get over here. Something's wrong. There's zombies gathering on the street. Lin Fan frowned. That's strange. I lost them long ago on my way back. Don't tell me. The zombies have started to evolve intelligence?
Guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked this video, please leave a comment in the comment section. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Like the video and share it too. Thank you for watching and see you next time again.